Okay, everybody, welcome back. Got some parts. Got Grandma's engine here. We're going to remove the valve cover, rocker cover if you're from other parts of the country. We're going to have to remove the bolt on this as well, which that's a 17. I showed you guys how to do this in another video, so probably ain't going to go over that. But we might show you how to put that seal on there if I can get it on video. I'll try to see if I can't get it on video. We'll put that on there. Put the O-rings and the tubes for here. Valve cover gasket. And then we'll start on the timing belt. We'll put our timing belt cover on it. And then it's ready to go back to its home. New home. And another 2001 Tiburon. Came out of a 2001, going back into a 2001. So, let's get to work. Now, it's a little windy today, so if this video gets windy, I apologize, but not much we can do. Once that cap's off of there, you see me kind of hit it and beat on it a little bit. You kind of got to force it out of there a little bit. This seal actually seems pretty good. Clean the cam up a little bit itself here at the edge. And then right in this cam groove here, you want to try to clean that out as best as possible as well, so the new seal actually seals. There we go. No scarring. Everything looks really amazing on top. Okay, you guys can see that's the part number to this kit. Right there's the new Victor head gasket. Why I like using these is their actual Hyundai Kia 2300 part number. They're the actual OEM. They actually make OEM. Them and Molly or Mall, however you want to say it. I think it's Molly. See 1.8, 2.0 top. So we got a good head gasket. If this engine runs good and we pop the head, we'll put some head studs in it. I got some head studs. Thought about doing that to begin with, but that's, $100, $100 and some dollars for the head. And then, $60 for your head gasket. So, you're earning $160 some dollars. I'm not even in it with that, replacing all the seals. So, then you get valve cover, thermostat, both, and then your thermostat housing, half moons if you need them. Pretty sure this one comes with it looks like they might both be cam seals. They almost seem like they're stuck together. I'm gonna have to check those out. Then your oil seals, intake manifold. I buy these also because you get the proper metal exhaust up front, which I really don't need because I have one that works. So I'll probably keep this one, keep them on backup, and then put everything in a box so I know what I have and don't have. But yeah, now we're just gonna open this up, I believe. This actually, right here, tell. See how it has the lines right there? And the lines right there. These are actually cam seals, so we'll see what this one is. Well, I'm gonna have to bitch it Victor for this. The reverse cam seals, but they're stuck together. I'm gonna take a razor blade and see if I can't separate them. Okay, we got them to separate it. And ever slightly, we got a little teeny, you can see that little imperfection right there. I don't, definitely didn't cut into it. You can see it right there. A little bit of a, I had to put a razor down in there and I got them both separated. It doesn't look bad. I think I'll try one. Keep this one. Keep this one because these two, we'll see if one of them leaks. I doubt it though. I don't think that little imperfection is going to do anything. Just for the crap of it, I'll put that at the top. What I want to do is use a little bit of oil. And I like 3-in-1 oil. Use motor oil. 3-in-1 oil is a motor oil. It's just 20 weight. All you do is put a little bit around this thing, a whole way around it, to where you're lubricating the whole outside, and then you have this area in the inside. You want to lubricate it too, so when it goes over the cam itself, it makes it easier to go over. Cam itself, put a little bit of oil in it, makes everything just easier to go on. Now sometimes these slip right on, and sometimes they want to be a little bit of a pain. Well, see if we can show you on camera. Just kind of see that right there, just slid right up in there. You got enough oil and everything, and it slides right back, and you have these two little tabs that line it up back there. I'll bring you guys off of that and show you. You guys should be able to see that right there at the edge. You see how there's a groove right there? It backs right up to that, then right up to that, and then you're straight. There's no scarring in this cap. No scarring on that lobe at all. Really impressed with that, quite honestly. It had 187,000 miles on it. That's quite nice. That's our, you see that mark right there? That's our top dead center mark. Everything's actually good to go. Sorry about the wind. You will hear some wind in this video. And that one definitely is going to work pretty good. The one that we put on the daily out here, I don't think is leaking, but that Felpro did not fit very good. So if you want one of these that fit good, the Victor looks like it fits really well. Except for they did mess up and didn't have those cut right. And I think they did make that for my order because it was like a special order thing. Like the delay. Usually when they delay them, it's because they gotta bring them in from somewhere else to literally make them. Make sure you get those nice and clean before you put them down. Snug it up just a little bit, and then we'll torque them. Do that evenly. Okay, the cam cap bolts, you can 9 to 10 foot-pounds. I usually do 9, and I use inch pounds, so 108 inch pounds. Those are, that's done. Let's see, we got a nice clean seal in there. I think we're good to go there. Everything looks good, even. That lines up with your dowel pin here, so you can't get that wrong. Make sure you're on there good before you start trying to torque this bolt in there. Now, we might have moved this cam a little bit when we were doing it, which it can happen. Now, you shouldn't impact these. Either 74 to 89. Yeah, 74 to 89. I typically just go 80 with these. That's pretty tight, 80 is. So we'll do 80 and go from there. In case you didn't know, that's where you hold it with your wrench. And look how good these caps are. Good looking engine. Goldish color. More than likely seen regular conventional oil its whole life, which is not a bad thing at all. Looks pretty good. All right, we're just going to torque this. Like I said, I gave you the torque spec, so that's all you're doing there. Okay, what I'm going to try to do now is torque these head bolts out of the car. Might have to do it in the car, but I'm going to check all these and make sure they're 70 foot-pounds. That's what we're going to do, make sure they're 70 foot-pounds. See if any of them loosened up over the years or not. You can re-torque everything like this. We're going to give these stock head bolts a go, so let's see what we got torque-wise. New seal on. Cam cap back down to 9 foot-pounds. You can go to 10. And then we went around and did every one of these to 70. They were probably only 50-ish, something like that. And that's what I put that to, was 70. So if you need to know the pattern, look up the video on the auto. I have everything on that. Everything with doing the head is on there. Sometimes you gotta come in like this and just real easy. Come in, just make sure you're, see, there's the inside of it busted. You gotta make sure you don't get on that plastic and ruin your valve cover either, because it can happen. Make sure you pry nice and easy against everything. If not, you can break this stuff. These valve covers are getting harder to find. go. You can hear how hard and crispy those things were. Hopefully my head's not in the way. Yeah, they're crispy. So you just come in, like everything, do a quick wipe out. They weren't leaking the last time that they were ran, but that was a long time ago. And these just sit right in there. You can basically put them in there with your hand. And you're gonna want to go back over with like a socket. But literally, you're gonna go in with by hand. Just tap them a little bit with a socket then. Let's see which one. Got one here, don't we? Just literally, you can push them right down in, just like that. They're installed. So that's done. Very old, wore out. It's like stuck in here. Valve cover, gasket. Never had one this bad before. That's how rough that one is. Holy crap. That's the worst one I've ever had. That's OEM as hell. Damn. That was never replaced until now. You can see, probably even on camera, that these actually stick up. The one that was on there is completely flat. And again, if you notice, these Victors are like the same as the OEM. Identical. Same material, everything. I actually do like the Felpro gasket a lot. It's a really nice silicone that you can use multiple times. But yeah, that's it there. Now we can install our rocker cover. Yeah, 67 on the rocker size valve cover, and what we do those at is inch pounds, and I do that 72 inch pounds in staggering pattern. Put you back on time lapse. One thing that sucks when you work in a garage that has a dirt floor and not enough space for everything, and then it starts raining, that's like your worst nightmare. But we're going to finish this rocker cover up and we'll go from there. Fighting rain today. Okay, when you do these timing belts, before you ever take the other one off, you make sure your timing marks are correct. Right there you can see the white one right here, and it goes with this oil pump line right here. That's top dead center. You want to make sure that's like that, and you want to make sure that this one is up to the blue line that I have in there. It's usually like a pink, but I didn't have any pink here, and OEM they do it pink. But that's straight. Another way you can do it is they have these paint lines on the cam. See how that's even with the headline there? even with the headline, but just go by this. It's way more simpler. So those have to be correct before you take the belt off and before you install the belt. Now what we're going to do is install the idler, and then that gets in 32 to 41 foot-pounds. Same way with your tensioner, 32 to 41 foot-pounds. Now, I usually do 36 and a half. That's kind of like right in the middle. And then the 14 for your bolts, 5mm Allen key, 10mm for your outer cover, and let's install this one first. 32 to 41, 36 and a half is what I do. Tighten this up nice and snug. Don't torque it yet. Make sure everything is on point. Make sure all your top dead centers are on. Usually these belts will have like a bend in it. I like the lettering facing me. I like to take the bend on this side. So what I like to do is come up here, put it halfway on, well, halfway on, in the middle. You want it in the middle. Then come over this way. I like to start to try to put it onto the left, and I walk it on over until I get to the idler. Make sure nothing's moving, because sometimes these belts are really tight and you might have to keep messing with it until you get it perfect. It does happen. See how I got the slack on this side? If it's not slack on this side and it's tight on this side, you won't get this on here without moving the bottom. It'll move. So we got ours on there. That just happens to be from doing it all the time, so I get kind of lucky. You might have to mess with it for hours. I mean, I remember when I first started doing these and couldn't get them on every time the way it was done. See, here we have plenty of room to put our belt on, our bolt in. Oh, trying not to block you guys, but I don't want to get this in here crooked. If you get that in there crooked, you'll strip it. Done that before. Somebody else on that 1.8 had that thing a little off. Okay. So try to keep it halfway, in the middle. Try to keep it in the middle. Alright. We're on the bottom. We're on at the top. So now, what we want to do is, you have so much deflection, and you want to check that this way, and you only want like 5 to 6 millimeters of it. It's kind of hard to really show people. Oh, tighten. Make sure that's tight. It ain't torqued yet, but actually I'm going to go ahead and torque that. We'll torque that at let's go at 32 at first, because that's where it starts. That's 32. And I'll probably take it to 30. Probably take it to 39 on this one. That's 39. Bring it back to 32. Top. All right, now I'm going to try to get our deflection correct, which can be a bit of a guessing game. And now you push this towards the water pump, and this will do the, see how that tensioned up? I think you guys can see all this. I want to make sure you guys can see stuff here. Okay, so 4 to 6 is what you want. This is 5, so for reference, you basically wouldn't want it moving farther than that thickness of this, and that's kind of what I do. I try to get them at 5. And check the deflection over here. See where we're at here. It's about right there. Check it here. That's a little bit, might be a little too tight. That's probably about right. This is literally a 5. You can kind of sit it right where the belt is. It's got like a 5, maybe a 6 deflection. Seems kind of tight, but I think we're good. Timing's good there, timing's good there. We are straight and snugged up pretty good here, so. Snugged up pretty good. Now I'm going to rotate this thing around here. Rotate this and make sure if you go around once, I think you guys can see the hole up is down here. That's a depression stroke. It's not top dead center. That's when 2 and 3's up. Okay, there we go. Let's do it one more time. Seems like it's got good compression. I don't have no oil in it. Probably shouldn't keep doing it. Bearings might be pretty dry. There we go. I mean, that's definitely on. And the friction is about the same. You come in, like I said, right below this T bracket. That's about what it is. It's maybe a little bit on the tight side. I don't know. You can go to 4. I usually have them about 5. It might be a little bit on the tight side, but cranked it, staying in the middle. Now we need to torque this one. I already have it at 32 set here. The 32, they always scare me, so I'm gonna back it down to, let's get a 25, just to make sure. I That one clicked right away. I hate this one. That one clicked right away. Clicked right away. Now that's 30 there. $32, which you could actually leave it at. That's 35. We'll do 36 and a half. It's about middle. Good enough for me. There's the timing belt job done. Hopefully you guys can see a little bit better on that one. It showed you a little bit. Sorry for the long videos, but I think they're all right. Now we put our cover on. All right, all back together. I am gonna look to see if I have another cover. I did not know that this side over here was busted. I don't really like that. And we do have this exposed here. I don't really like that either. So I will see if I have another cover. If I remember right, only the top is different. Like this one says 2.0 in the middle, and I'm pretty sure the 1.8 has 1.8. So I need to see if I can find another one. I have this one on this one right here, which is really good. So I might just take it off of here and put this one over here, but I might have another one that's already off. I'm not sure yet. We're gonna let the video off here, and next video, everything's gonna start going back into the car. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys.